The New York Giants selected Arizona State running back Cam Skattebo at pick 105 in the 4th round. What's going on, everybody? Nick Falato of Big Blue View here to go over Cam Skattebo's tape, and holy, it is very exciting and very fun. Does he have the speed of Chris Johnson, or to keep it with the New York Giants, Dante Miller? No, that's not what Cam Skattebo possesses. But does he really need that? Can he get me 10, 15 yards? I think he can. Scataboo had 45 10-plus yard runs in 2024. He can get you that. And he was able to get to the edge, too. I get it. Not the fastest guy. Doesn't have elite bursts like some other running backs. But the nuances of playing the position, they're off the charts. Few backs, if any, have efficient feet like Cam Skattebo, meaning he's decisive and wastes no time, no movements. He knows where he's going, understands how to angle his body to prevent clean shots. And this is one of the reasons why he had 103 missed tackles forced in 2024. That's top 3 since they started tabulating that statistic since like 2016. It's off the charts. He willed Arizona State to the college football playoff, and it was him who almost defeated the Texas Longhorns with that defense chock full of NFL talent. He has elite contact balance. He's like a pinball out there. It's so hard to bring him down to the ground. He picks through defenses with excellent short area quickness and control. And if he's in the alley with one guy, he can lower his shoulder and he can run through that player. He's low to the ground. He's short with a low center of gravity, and he runs low behind his pads. Leverage wins in this sport, people, and this guy has natural leverage and control with that elite contact balance. And I swear he's a math wizard behind the line of scrimmage, calculating where defenders are, where they're going, reading their flow, and then reacting to the blocks that are in front of him. So without further ado, let's get into his tape. Some of these runs by Cam Skattebo are just jaw-dropping type of runs. And even something like this, it doesn't look like much, picks up 10-plus yards. It's one of the runs we were referencing there before, but you have an odd front, a nose tackle, 2 4-eyes, and then number 6, the Mike linebacker, is stacked behind the nose. So Cam Skattebo, in his brain, he is trying to get 6 to declare to one side and then cut to the other side. This is playing the cat and mouse game that we discuss a lot, right? And you can see he does just that. He's going to press the line of scrimmage, shotgun, gets the football. He's going to press, get right behind that double team, force 6 to commit into the opposite A gap and then hit the backside A gap where there's nobody. Makes himself small behind the line of scrimmage, also runs behind his pads well because he's not the biggest guy. He's 5'9", 219. And he runs hard as heck out there. And you're going to see he also has that vision to feel the backside, sense the flow of the defense, and then hit that backside. He's watching his block. Puts the foot in the ground, and one cut type of runner. Sees 58 as leverage and that there's no other defender anywhere in the area code to collapse down and contain the backside. So he gets up field, and watch how low he gets into contact here. Surprisingly low. It's 3 guys converge on him, ends up falling forward through contact. Some of the ways he can just weave through traffic, it's wildly impressive. Wildly impressive stuff from a contact balance standpoint and just from an overall skill set standpoint. He's light on his feet, and again, he's efficient with his footwork. You can see how he's so in tune on how to defeat the defense, where the defense is going to go, and how to jump over the spatial awareness with his feet, how to jump over defensive players trying to make low tackles, and how he uses his arm to recollect his balance. I said, man, Cam Skattebo is like dental floss picking through the teeth of the defense. It's like if you ever go into a crowded subway and you have to weave through the copious amounts of smelly people that are in your way when you're at your stop. Scataboo would be elite at that. That dude is never going to miss a stop because he does stuff like this, like you're watching right here. He can run to the inside, bounce off tacklers, spinning out of tackles, contact balance, again, off the charts. Enough speed. His speed is adequate. It's sufficient. He's not going to be running 40, 50-yard touchdowns at the NFL. I don't need him to do that. I need him to get me what's there plus some. And he could do that times a million. And just some of these runs, I mean, Iowa State, he just shredded Iowa State. Some of these tackles, it's like, yo, get him down on the ground. What are we doing here? But at the same time, little micro movements like this. Sees him dive down, gets inside of his blocker. Puts a little hezzy step, little cut, jumps away from the tackle attempt. It's not a clean tackle attempt, so the tackle attempt misses. And he's able to stay balanced through contact. It's why he averaged more than 4 yards after contact last season. It's because of all these traits that he does possess. And he can tempo. He can use patience to allow his blocks to get home. See, Zero gets consumed by the tight end. So now Zero is eliminated. Presses the hole. 95, Alfred Collins. He's going to stack, and then he puts his hips to the inside, so Scataboo explodes back outward. Enough speed to make that defensive back miss and just keeps going. I mean, some of this tape, Iowa State, Texas, it's just elite tape. It's one of the reasons why he had more than 1,700 yards rushing. Just picking through defenses. Kansas State, same thing. So hard to bring down, and how he keeps his balance after that, it's jaw-dropping, really. Translatable to the NFL, too. Just strong. You have to wrap him up, and you have to drive him to the ground because he is such a tough and hard running back to bring down to the deck. Often falls forward through contact. There's that little jump cut and that vision. Feel the defensive flow. You have the defense step inward at the snap, try to screw with the blocking, and you can see it kind of works because 7 is right where Cam Skattebo is trying to go, but he puts his foot in the ground, and then he sees that block, and he waits for it, right? He waits for this block. Great job by the offensive line to eliminate 8 trying to scrape over the top. Utah, oof. And Iowa State and Utah, man, those 2 games were very fun to watch. Scataboo ends up taking it to the house. He didn't have many of those long touchdowns, but 21 rushing touchdowns in general, it's a lot. Doing it against top competition. Variety of different rushing styles. Counter, misdirections, out of pistol, shotgun. A lot of RPO. Power gap, it all. Strong running back. Elite vision. Gets into space. That's Cam Skattebo for you. One of the more enjoyable tape to watch. Here he feels the defensive flow again. That double team uproots 15. Good job by the offensive line to climb to 18. Gives Scataboo a lane to hit. Enough acceleration to pick up extra yards as 2 to 3 defenders end up converging on him. Now here in the red zone, just makes a man miss, makes a man look silly. And it's a good play by that player. Just tosses 77 aside. And at this moment, Scataboo is smelling the breath of this defensive player, and he's able to just make him miss. And that jump cut shows off his short area quickness and that lateral agility and that ability to rebalance yourself. He crosses his feet here. Little feet cross, and then fall forward through contact. You're going to see some plays in a little bit where him falling forward through contact is something that he does quite frequently. And even plays like this. You see so many plays like this. It's like trying to wrangle Cam Skattebo to the ground is like trying to handle a freshly caught bass if you're a fisherman, right? You ever try to handle a fish and things just flopping everywhere with your hands and you can't really get a hold of them? You never feel confident that this thing's not going to slip out of your grasp. That's kind of like Cam Skattebo. Because it's just like just the core strength, the lower body strength, the ability to stay low. It's almost 220 pounds. It's a big guy in a 5'9" frame. And here's some speed to get to the edge outside. Saw this plenty on his tape. Sufficient. Again, not elite, not very good, but it's sufficient. And you have nimble footwork like we just saw, where he's going to get himself upfield to the second level, and now you have the spin. Tries to flash that spin move quite often. I think he had 10 career fumbles, if I'm not mistaken, 4 in this past season. So that's something that's going to have to be cleaned up. People are going to be targeting that football, but he was Arizona State's offense last year. And he willed that team to victory several times. Just a tough, physical football player. You see the feet. See what I mean, man? He just changes direction. His vision, his movements, they're all tied in together. Like his eyes and his feet are in sync. And if a defensive player does not have him lined up, you can just say bye, bye, bye. Here you see, just lowers his shoulder, makes people miss. Like when he sees left, that little juke right there got that linebacker to commit, right? And now there's no second level defender except for the alley defender. And he's able to get up to that second level, picks up an extra 5 yards just off that little movement. It's all about the subtleties when it comes to Cam Skattebo. This guy's going to be a fan favorite very quickly. And plays like this are also reasons to love him because he can make you miss with his nimble footwork and his ability to angle his body to attack sloppy defensive tackling, or he can just do this and run you over because he's 5'9", 220, and he's powerful. He brings force into contact, and he keeps his legs churning. Good goal line, good short yardage back. We haven't even touched on the receiving upside, which we're going to see here in a little bit. We'll talk maybe about the pass protection a little later. That is rough. That is some rough pass protection tape. A lot worse than I thought upon my first watch. It really crops up when you get more eyes on it. And then you have Cam Skattebo's receiving skills. And it's plays like this. This just speaks to his intelligence. You see how he spins off right there. He starts in the backfield. He runs the route tree. He runs double moves, right? Like on this play, it's not necessarily double move. The play breaks down, but he feels the coverage. So he spins out, goes across the quarterback's body and just sits in a soft spot. And the quarterback sees it. That's high processing from Scataboo to bail his quarterback out in a hairy situation. You see the quarterback sees him cross and face on this play, and this is just elite tracking. You rarely see this from running backs. The quarterback's rolling out, lobs it up. Cam Skattebo makes a wide receiver type of catch over the shoulder and secures it. That's elite stuff right there. He has elite receiving upside. Just needs to learn to pass protect. And here, the big play against Texas that everyone remembers, down the football field, fights through the contact, makes the catch, falls forward through a face mask where he gets extra yards. I really like this kid. I'm really glad the New York Giants drafted him, and his tape is very fun. He compliments Tyrone Tracy Jr. well. This is what the Giants were looking for. He is smart, tough, dependable, fits what Joe Shane and Brian Daboll want. We heard Brian Daboll just gushing about him after the draft. Plays like this are going to work out for the New York Giants too. Just get the football in his hands, have him get the edge. He's not somebody who's going to run out of bounds. He's looking for contact. He delivers the contact, and the contact looks like it's kind of painful and it's low, and he's not easy to bring down to the deck. You can see the natural receiving skills. Just leap up in the air, effortlessly make the catch. That's why he led the nation in receiving yards. And then you had plays like this. Massive touchdown pass. Cam Skattebo had 50 plays as a quarterback in his junior year with like 15 passing attempts. Throws his touchdown pass in the biggest game of his life. Jackson Dart, you better watch out. Scattaboo's, he's Mr. Do Everything, okay? And we're going to run through some of the plays that we already saw. But this is a player who was a finalist for the Paul Hornung Award as a junior because of those 50 snaps at quarterback, had 350 snaps at running back, 2 at tight end, over 100 as either a slot or a wide receiver with special team snaps on top of that. He also punted the football 8 times for a team best 42.3 yards per punt in his junior season of 2023. This guy's versatile as hell. He's a football player through and through. He was a first-team All-American that finished 5th in the Heisman. I can't say enough good things about this kid's traits, about his temperament, about what he can offer the New York Giants. But I do want to get into some of his weaknesses. So let's switch to these pass protection reps. Look, we talked about the speed deficiencies, and yes, that is somewhat of a weakness, but it's not a huge blight or a liability on his profile. It's just something that he's not necessarily capable of doing consistently. I still think he could be an excellent Pro Bowl type of running back despite that. But if he's going to earn 3 down snap share, which we have Tyrone Tracy Jr., so I'm not saying he's going to be that consistently, but does he have the upside to do that? If he does, he's going to have to correct the pass protection. I don't know if I've seen a worse pass protecting back in this draft than Cam Skattebo. It's rough. And it's so funny because he's so good at avoiding clean contact from defenders when he's running the football that he seems awkward when he's attempting to deliver that contact as a blocker. There are some lapses in identifying. It's not all the time, but you can see he's either trying to act as a spear and run through the defensive player with little patience, and it's easy to avoid. It's undisciplined. It's just not good technique, or he just completely whiffs, or he gets tossed aside. Overall, it's not good. It's not good, and NFL teams are going to take pure advantage of it. You can see on this play, he gets bowled over by 19. This needs to be corrected. Pass protection is terrible. You see, like, he just throws himself at people wildly. Now he's on the ground. Quarterback ends up getting sacked. Just need a more discipline. It's worse than Eric Gray when Eric Gray was coming out of Tennessee and Oklahoma. Just getting bullied as a pass blocker. Need more out of you, Cam Skattebo, when it comes to pass protection, because you can offer so much as a runner and as a receiver, but coaches are going to go crazy, and you're not going to be able to find the field if you can't fix this part of your game. These are a lot of plays showcasing that. But you can see here, this is a solid rep. This is one of the best reps I did find from him. Identifies C3 coming wide open. That's his assignment, and he just gets underneath him and he blocks. So he's capable of doing it. Just need to see it much more consistently because it was pretty bad. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here, quickly talk about Cam Skattebo and show Giants Nation and whoever else wants to watch this just how unique this player is from a contact balance standpoint, from a rushing standpoint, from a nuance standpoint, vision combined with elite footwork, and how that can be more valuable than pure speed or pure athletic ability. And also, it's not like he's a slouch as an athlete. He almost jumped 40 inches in the vertical jump, and you could see it when he's bouncing off of contact, when he's recollecting himself, how he's able to quickly redirect himself and then find an advantageous angle to force a poor tackling attempt, which he did so often in college. And then you also see that the speed is, he can outrun people sometimes. It's just not, his best trait, but holy crap, is he great in a phone booth. And if you're a defensive player, wrap him up and bring him to the deck, because you're not going to tackle this guy just by throwing your arms at him. He's just way too strong at the point of contact. And I am very glad that he is a New York Football Giant. This is the exact type of player that this regime prides itself on finding and locating. And now he joins Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Devin Singletary in what is an exciting running back room. Thank you, everyone, for watching these clips, listening to me discuss the skill set of Cam Skattebo, who is now a New York Giant. Nick Falato signing off. Please like, subscribe, comment on this post, and take care of each other. Bye-bye now.